Fortnite's story is about to take a dark turn. The supernovas are cracking, Midas is back, Morgan doesn't trust anyone, and Dago, he's making his move. Not just for power, but to bring the spirit realm crashing into reality. We're breaking down everything that just happened in the Fortnite storyline. What's coming this Sunday in the fall of Supernova Academy, and how the confrontation loading screen might be teasing the most dangerous live event this chapter has ever seen. If you thought the 0 point was safe, think again. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The last patch of story quests changed everything. Morgan Mist has been digging deeper than ever, and what she's found, it's shaking the entire foundation of Supernova Academy. She's realized the instructors, the very people who were supposed to guide the heroes of this era, are hiding something. From her, from the Looper, from the entire team. With the Looper's help, Morgan starts combing through the Academy's secret. That's when she uncovers two massive pieces of the puzzle. First, that Hope secretly enlisted Midas to bankroll the Academy's operation. And second, that the Night Rose has been running private experiments on a strange archway in Utopia City. That archway, Morgan suspects, isn't just some forgotten structure. It's a gateway, something ancient, something powerful, and she's right. When Morgan confronts the site herself, she finds a hologram of Midas. Calm, collected, and extremely convincing. He explains that the archway is a portal, one that leads to a vault designed to contain a 0 point shard they salvaged from the spirit realm. It's part of a bigger plan. But Morgan doesn't trust him, not at all, and honestly, can you blame her? Hope steps in to defend Midas, saying his involvement is necessary, especially if more shards exist. But the cracks aren't showing. The foundation of the Academy is starting to splinter, and Morgan's faith in everything she's been taught is starting to fall apart. And now, we know what's coming next. This Sunday, the next chapter in the story launches, and it's called The Fall of Supernova Academy. The title alone says it all. Whatever's been bubbling under the surface is about to explode. Whether it's Morgan turning against the Academy, a clash between Dago and the heroes, or something even bigger, this is going to be a game-changing moment. There's speculation that Dago might finally make his move here, and whatever the Academy's been hiding won't be able to protect him anymore. And if you want a glimpse into what might be coming in the live event, look no further than the confrontation loading screen. Superman, the Supernovas, all of them just standing there, stunned. Not in battle, not charging up, just frozen in shock. And it's got everyone asking the same question. What are they looking at? There's a theory that's been gaining traction fast, and honestly, it lines up perfectly with everything we've seen so far. What if they're looking at Dago, using the Spire monoliths to unearth another Zero Shard from deep beneath the island? Think about it. The monoliths have always been tied to the spirit realm. They're the anchors, the conduits, and now Dago might be using them, along with the energy from Oninoshima, to bring the spirit realm itself onto the island. Not just influence, not just power, and invasion. And here's where it gets real. In Fortnite's latest showcase of the Supernova Mythic, players spotted Spire monoliths placed all across the map. Two of them right near Utopia City. This confirms it. Dago is moving the monoliths from Demon's Domain to strategic locations around the island. And every step he takes is building towards something massive. He's not just playing defense anymore, he's heading up the board, gathering energy, preparing for a confrontation that will tear through the barrier between realms. This is the beginning of the live event. You can feel it, the quest, the screen, the monoliths, it's all pointing to one thing. Supernova Academy is about to fall. The spirit realm is about to rise, and Dago is done waiting. This is no longer just about zero shards or secret partnerships. It's about survival. Balance between realms is crumbling, and the line between hero and villain is more blurred than ever. Hope made a deal, Midas opened the vault, Morgan doesn't trust anyone anymore, and Dago is moving fast. The fall begins Sunday, the event is only weeks away. Are you ready? With Dago moving the monoliths, the supernovas falling apart, and the spirit realm bleeding into reality, all eyes are on what comes next. But what if I told you that the next Fortnite live event isn't just continuing the chaos, it's launching us back to where it all began? Because while the Academy crumbles in Battle Royale, something massive is brewing over in Fortnite OG. Epic just confirmed it. The next live event is called Blast Off, and it's the first time ever a live event is happening in OG mode. But don't think this is just a throwback. This isn't just the past repeating. This is the original rocket launch reborn, with a new meteor, a mysterious figure, and secrets buried beneath the island that are about to blow wide open. Let's dive into everything we know so far about Blast Off, and why it's tied to the very first live event in Fortnite history, and how the Visitor's legacy might be about to change everything all over again. Mark your calendars, Saturday, July 26 is when it all goes down. We don't have the exact time yet, but if Epic sticks to tradition, expect the event to hit around 11 AM Pacific, 2 PM Eastern, or 7 PM UK time. That's when Blast Off officially begins, and Fortnite OG steps back into the spotlight, not just as a throwback, but as the main stage for one of the biggest events this year. Let's talk about the name, Blast Off. Back in 2018, this was the event that started it all. A rocket launch, a mysterious signal, and for the first time ever, players saw the island change. Live. That rocket didn't just fly, it cracked the sky. It was the moment Fortnite's story began, and it introduced us to a name that still echoes through every reality, the Visitor. But now, 6 years later, Blast Off is back, and the story isn't over, it's just beginning. According to Epic, in the aftermath of a new meteor impact, a mysterious figure has been spotted roaming the island, and wherever they go, rocket follow. Whispers spread, and eyes turn to the skies once again. It's all happening during Chapter 1 Season 4 in Fortnite OG, and it's all leading up to the one thing that changed everything, the rocket launch. Epic hasn't confirmed it yet, but let's be real, all signs point to the Visitor. They've always been tied to rockets, to rifts, to meteors crashing down, and now in Fortnite OG, we're seeing the pattern start all over again, like time is folding in on itself. But here's where things get wild. This isn't just a replay of the old event. There are murmurs of secret layers, new launch sequence, and maybe, just maybe, a different outcome. Could this be a second version of the Visitor, a variant, or is it the original trying to rewrite their own past? Whatever the case, this isn't a rerun, it's a reboot, and the entire fate of Fortnite OG could be riding on this launch. Blast Off isn't just for nostalgia, it's not just to make old players smile, it's to show how far we've come. Back in 2018, we matched a rocket fly for the first time. Now in 2025, we're stepping into a reimagined version of that moment. Not as observers, but as participants in the next chapter. This is the first time a live event is being held in Fortnite OG, and that means everything. OG isn't just a side mode anymore, it's part of the future. And if the Visitor's story is tied into all of this, it means Epic's finally ready to pick up the thread they started all those years ago. So here's where we're at. The rocket is coming, the skies are shifting, and a figure from the past is about to ignite the next phase of Fortnite's legacy. Blast Off is the spark, and we're just weeks away from watching it all unfold. Stay ready, stay alert, and if you start hearing rumbles in the sky, you already know who's behind it. But while the past is literally blasting off again in Fortnite OG, the future of Battle Royale is heating up fast. Fortnite might be cooking up a K-pop collab with Netflix Demon Hunters. A new Superman POI is dropping this week. Blitz is getting extended with new bosses, augments, and game-changing features. And Epic might be teasing armor plates, revive tweaks, and a strange new feature codenamed Donut. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, so let's break it all down. So this just started making the rounds. According to some entertainment insiders, multiple game studios are already interested in collaborating with Netflix's new animated movie, K-pop Demon Hunters. And yeah, Fortnite is rumored to be one of them. Considering Epic's history with Netflix through things like Stranger Things and Rebel Moon, this honestly wouldn't be surprising. The film has flashy visuals, unique characters, and a vibe that would fit perfectly into Fortnite's multiverse. Whether it's skin, emotes, or even a special event, it's something to keep an eye on. Now shifting back to confirmed content, we've got something huge coming next week. A new Superman-themed landmark is officially dropping on July 15th, just after Tuesday's update. This is expected to be a new POI, or at least a significant landmark on the map, and it might be tied to ongoing lore or an upcoming collab. Some players are speculating this could signal more DC content returning to the game. Whatever it is, it drops next week, and it's already creating a lot of hype. Big news for Blitz fans. Epic has officially extended Blitz Royale for another 4 weeks. This means we're getting more updates to this limited time mode, including map changes, loadout adjustments, and potential new collabs. But the biggest part? A new boss is on the way. Files suggest we'll be getting a secret Blitz-only boss tied to a new POI called Blitz Lord's Mega City. This area is expected to drop around July 15th as well, and if it's anything like past LTM bosses, we might be getting exclusive loot or even a Blitz-specific boss fight. Speaking of Blitz, more boons are also in the works. We've seen early footage of 4 new abilities coming to the mode. One of them seems to create a 0-point style effect, possibly something like the Zero Chance Augment. Another looks very similar to the Soaring Sprites, while the third appears to have icy or sliding effects. The fourth one is still a mystery, but if it follows the same trend, it might be a completely original ability for this mode. These boons could seriously change up how players approach blitz fights. Now let's talk a brand new mechanic that's been spotted in the files. Epic is developing something called armor, and while we don't have the full details yet, it sounds a lot like armor plates in Warzone. This could mean extra protection beyond shields, potentially giving players more survivability during fights. It's still early, but this could make a huge shift in Fortnite's combat system, especially if it's introduced in Chapter 6 or Chapter 7. Another mechanic being worked on behind the scenes could make revives more important than ever. According to leaks, Epic is working on a feature that slows down how fast your health drains when you're not. Right now, when you get down, you bleed out pretty fast, but this change would give your teammates more time to get to you. In competitive or squad-based modes, this could completely change how people play endgame fights or clutch revives. There's a strange codename that's been showing up in the files, Donut. Not much is known yet, but it involves a radius and a system that tracks points per ring. That sounds like it could be a new LTM or maybe a special in-game event. Some people are even joking that it could tie into a Simpsons mini-season, considering the codename, but nothing is confirmed yet. Whatever it is, it's clear that Epic is experimenting with new ways to change gameplay and possibly introduce fresh mechanics in the next season or chapter. We already had early leaks before Season 3 even began that give us a rough idea of the storyline direction, and now things are starting to fall into place. According to these leaks, Dago is set to ultimately win the battle against the Hero Academy. But here's where it gets interesting. Both Dago and Core are reportedly being removed next season, so even though Dago might come out on top in the lore, his time as a Battle Royale boss seems to be limited. This opens up questions about what kind of power shift we're about to see in Season 4, about who or what will replace them on the island. A new item is also in development, and it sounds like it could bring some chaos to fights. Epic appears to be working on a throwable explosive barrel. Details are still limited, but based on its name alone, it's likely an area denial weapon, possibly working like a mix between firefly jars and gas cans. It's unclear exactly when it will launch, but we can expect it to appear sometime between now and early Season 4. This could be one of those niche items that either gets faulted quickly or ends up being a fan favorite. And in a surprise move, all remaining references to imposter mode have now been removed from the files. This comes right as Season 3 launch, and it basically confirms that the Among Us inspired mode isn't coming back. At one point there was hope that Epic might revive it with some tweaks or a new event, but that door now looks completely shut. If you were a fan of imposter mode, this is probably the end of the road. Another strange new feature is being worked on behind the scenes, codenamed Wagon Dart. This upcoming feature is set to spawn directly on the Battle Royale map, but it doesn't appear to be an NPC. That leaves a lot of possibilities open. It could be a new interactable, a trap, a vehicle add-on, or even some kind of gameplay device related to map movement or loot. Right now there's no clear answer, but it's showing up in game files already. It could roll out in the next update or two. On the cosmetic side of things, we now know when to expect the Dead Mal collab to finally drop. If everything stays on schedule, their crossover is set to release around July 24th. That timing lines up with Fortnite's push for summer content and music-themed events, so it's possible this release will be more than just a skin. Maybe a mini concert, an emote pack, or even something interactive and creative. Wherever it is, July 24th is the date to watch. And finally, we've got the full update roadmap for the rest of Season 3 and what's coming in Season 4. Season 3 only has 2 updates left, which means things will likely move quickly in terms of wrapping up the storyline and shifting map changes. But Season 4 is where things start ramping up again. It's expected to have 6 updates total, and all signs are pointing towards another live event as part of its conclusion. That means more lore progression, possibly new game modes, and a lot of changes for Epic to introduce experimental mechanics. So between the boss removals, explosive barrels, imposter mode getting shut down, mysterious leaks like Wagon Dart, and a Dead Mal collab on the way, Fortnite next few weeks are shaping up to be anything but quiet. And with Season 4 bringing even more updates and a potential live event, we're heading straight into another wild chapter. Let me know what you think about all these changes in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.